Use the referral link in the description to g2a.com for all of your Xbox codes, PlayStation codes and video games, and be sure to use the code CHES at checkout to get yourself 3% cashback. Hey guys, welcome to episode 19 of season 3 here at Southampton, after in the last episode bringing in our biggest signing and highest rated signing of the series so far, leaving us just £17 in the transfer budget. And I could offer someone, I was hoping it would go to £1 a week, but there must be more than 17 weeks left in the season. Yeah, I haven't got any money left. But we did bring in, of course, 89 rated MILINKOVIC in the last episode. He's already grown to his max potential, and hopefully, fingers crossed, we can get him to grow a little bit more. We'll have to wait and see if he has genuinely hit his max potential, or if there's any growth left in him. He's still only 24 years of age. Our first game today is against Norwich, and then we face relegation zone Manchester City in the second game, and then we'll have a squad report, as we're now the first episode outside of a transfer window before going back up to 3 games per episode as per tomorrow's video. But for now, hopefully 6 points in the league. At least that's the plan. Drop the video a like if you enjoy. Subscribe to the... Actually, no, this might be FA Cup, thinking about it. My brain's just... Yeah, it is FA Cup. Alright, progression in the FA Cup and 3 points in the league. Drop the video a like if you enjoy. Subscribe to the channel too to make sure you don't miss out on any more. And hopefully we can do exactly what I just outlined. Although Norwich are a little bit of a bogey team of late. Now, I'm presuming Norwich are going to line up with 5 at the back and then 2-1-2. Up and Oliveira up top again. James Maddison and Cam and Harrison Reed and Tribal. I'm just judging by reading the... Yep, 5 at the back. I was just judging by reading the names. We've played Norwich so many times recently that I know exactly how they're going to line up. 5-2-1-2. We've got to win this one, surely. I want to retain my FA Cup trophy. Prowse steals it away from Harrison Reed. Not a good start for the former Southampton man. Well, Prowse on the breakaway. Oh, this is good football, but the shot blocked. It'll drop to MILINKOVIC. Oh, what an opening 2 minutes that would have been on your debut to power that into the top corner. Unfortunately, it wasn't to be. We have 2 long shot merchants at CDM now. With the switch, Richarlison knocks that down. Oh, heavy touch from Tierney, but manageable. Prowse across into Ruben Neves. A look to poke through Borja Mayoral. That feels very familiar. Borja Mayoral being played through the middle, slotting him into the bottom right-hand corner to give us a 1-0 lead. A little bit of deja vu there. Southampton 1, Norwich 0 after 10 minutes. Or 11 minutes, as it so happens. Oh, hello. Back heel from Oliveira was nice. Maddison will look for Nelson again. Driving forward into Arp. Cross here to Harrison Reed. Nicely out-muscled by MILINKOVIC. That's where his physicality comes in handy. I got stuck on the bloody ref there. He might not have incredible world-class tackling stats, MILINKOVIC, but if he just gets next to someone, he can just push him off the ball. He doesn't need to actually be incredible in the tackle. His tackling stats aren't the worst. They're still like mid-70s, but if I can improve them to be mid-80s to late 80s like the rest of his stats, then... Oh, James for 2! Then hopefully we can get him into the 90s overall. James Ward-Prowse makes it Southampton 2, Norwich 0 though. Quincy Promes has really got his work cut out to get that first team spot back. Footwork. He's up, plays the 1-2 with Maddison, trying to outmuscle him with Skriniar. We've done well. Squeeze that away. Will Richarlison make the run. Actually show some effort to get forward. Play it to Borja Mayoral. Knock it long. Have I got the legs to get there? I do. And the finish maybe? No. Leighton with a good save this time around. I think 3-0 would have made it game over. 2-0 is definitely recoverable for Norwich, but we'll have to stop them from doing that. Richarlison into James Ward-Prowse, back to Borja Mayoral, Justin Cliver. Oh, that was nicely timed. And driving in behind, I'm sorely tempted to go for goal here, just so Justin Cliver could have the glory of the end of the run, but unfortunately it wasn't to be. If I didn't already have a 2-goal advantage, I wouldn't have taken that shot on, but because we seem to be, or at least I feel, so comfortable in this game, I decided to go solo. Now's when I regret it as they pull one back. Wait for it. Up. Across here to Nelson Oliveira. God, they weren't far away from doing exactly that. 5 minutes to go till half time. Still 2-0. Neves to Cedric. Drive inside. What's he done? I'll look for Justin. Similar angle. Better shot this time, but unfortunately still no goal for him. Bring that down, Richarlison. Oh, he needed to take a touch first time there. He's done well. Cross comes in. Clive with a header, maybe. No. Steve man away. Tierney. Neves. There's MILINKOVIC, SAVIC. Go back to Neves. James Ward-Prowse. Neves could go again. He hasn't. He's just kind of stood there. That's annoying. I wanted to try line up a long shot for him. Never mind. Borja to shoot from the edge of the box. Well blocked. And eventually they'll clear, and it should be. I say eventually they'll clear, yeah, and it should be half-time and is. Here's Nelson Oliveira. Strike! I envisaged that flying top corner. Luckily for me, it was straight at Kepa Arrizabalaga. Otherwise, they'd have had quite a stunning goal back there, Norwich. It was a terrible pass. Definitely didn't put enough power on it myself. We still feel comfortable enough in this game with just over half an hour to go. Haven't threatened too much. And I mean, they can have those 30-yard pile drivers as much as they like between now and the end of the game. The odds of 2 or 3 going in are definitely in my favour. If they get closer, they can't seem to hit the target at all. Neves. SAVIC. Borja Ward-Prowse could go for the 1-2. Don't need to. 3-0. 18 minutes to go. That's definitely game over now. Nice worked move into Borja. He went for the 1-2 there, Borja, but I mean, when you've got Ward-Prowse, you might as well just try and bend it, especially with the form he's in this season. Captaining the side today and firing us 3-0 in front with his second goal of the game. Promise into Ward-Prowse. Holds the man off and gets that to Ruben Neves, and I don't know what the wing-back is doing positionally, but he's let Justin Kluivert have some space. Decided to give it a whack, might as well. 3-0 up. Got a few opportunities in this game actually, Justin Kluivert, in situations like that. Some from closer range, some from further out. None have gone in, frustratingly, but we're still 3-0 up here, so it doesn't really matter. Quincy Promes off the bench. Lay that to James Ward-Prowse on a hat-trick. Doesn't have it though. Oh no, won't spin out for a corner. I was going to say it will spin out for a set piece, but here's Kieran Tierney. Will deliver that towards the back post. Where tiny little Buffal, not Justin Kluivert. Well done, Ches. You made the substitution and then completely forgot you'd made it. 5 minutes to go. Still 3-0. Into Neves. Rolls well. MILINKOVIC SAVIC to Ward-Prowse. On a hat-trick. Look for an assist though. Borja for his second and our fourth. Marginally wide of the post. Just played onside by a defender on the far side that was playing a little bit deeper than necessarily he needed to do. Worried about the one of Sofiane Buffal, but there's the final whistle. Convincing victory in the Cup. They may have knocked us out of the Carabao Cup, but we knocked them out of the FA Cup, the more prestigious competition. Complete and utter dominance. So many chances. Perhaps 3-0 was even flattering for Norwich, let alone for us. City win 3-1 against Brighton, so they're going to be in good form. But whether they fancy themselves against us, I'm not sure. Premier League game against them up next. Much stronger Manchester City side to the last one we faced. In fact, full strength other than Jesus for Aguero. Mangala and Sergio Ramos at the back. Walker and Grimaldo out wide. Fekir, De Bruyne alongside Fernandinho in the midfield 3. This will be a lot more difficult than the last time we played City. Cedric into Promes. Forward to Jeju. Two of them linking up for the first time in this starting 11. Promes with a turn. Oh, well saved by Ederson. Perhaps should have used Justin Kluivert on the overlap, but decided against it. Promes takes the corner himself. Jeju's up. And Ederson makes another good save. We'll stay at 0-0, although we have had the opening opportunities here in the game. Bernardo Silva into Jesus. Waiting for the 1-2. There it is. Bernardo Silva. No idea which way he's going to go. Finds Jesus again. Into De Bruyne. Finish, Kevin. That's a great goal. De Bruyne makes it City 1, Southampton 0 after 8.5 minutes. How this starting 11 is in the relegation zone after 21 games, I'm not sure, especially when they got that sort of quality on the field. 1-0 down after 9 minutes. SAVIC out wide there to Justin Kluivert. On the overlap, here's Cedric. Jeju is in the middle. Oof. Who won that? It was Walker. I've no idea. When the ball initially came in, who was going to win that at the back post? Up we go. Ramos flicks that on. Jeju, is that a foul? Nothing given. He's asking for it. He's desperate for it, but he's not going to get it. Grimaldo's a bit quick, isn't he? Here's Gabriel Jesus. He's no slouch. Into Leroy Sané. It's just pace, pace, pace for City right now, isn't it? Here's Leroy Sané cutting it back to De Bruyne. He's gone for a second for himself, but it's not going to cause the keeper much problem. Here's Fekir. Good footwork. Trying to outmuscle him. I can't. De Bruyne and Fekir getting in each other's way. Somehow Fekir keeps going and he makes it 2-0. They're so lucky. The two City players got in each other's way, and I tried to step in when they did, and it just bounces free to Fekir again. Good finish. They should never had the opportunity in the first place. 2-0 to Manchester City. Okay. Oh, it's going to reach Quincy. Yes, lovely tucked away finish. Quincy Promes back on the score sheet for the first time since his injury. Perhaps shouldn't. Oh, the pass shouldn't really have reached him, but Kyle Walker just too fast going one way, couldn't stop and turn to stick a leg out going the other. Nice finish by Quincy though, tucked away really, really well. 2-1 in the 32nd minute. We're not out of it yet. Jesus. Harris cuts that out. Counter-attack maybe? No, I've given it straight back to City, so no counter-attack. Continue to De Bruyne to Fekir. If I can make it to half-time at 2-1, I think I'd be happy. Gabriel Jesus trying to cause me some issues though. Here's Nabil Fekir. Good tackle by Henry Harris. Needed to be made. Promise played in. He's made the run there, Jeju. And Sergio Ramos is better than Kyle Walker at judging the path of a through ball. Jesus steps in there with Kluivert and got nowhere near the ball. Here's Jesus again. Where's he going to go? That's the question. I don't know. He's just going to keep running at this rate. Fernandinho back to the Brazilian. Twisting one way then the other. Brazilian to Belgian. Skips past the challenge. Still going. That's a penalty. Ha! City are too good for me right now. Gabriel Jesus to step up to make it 3. And he's going to go left. He did! Oh, Arutha Balaga with a save. Oh, keep that in. I have done. I'm not entirely too sure how I've managed to pull that off, but it is still just 2-1 here for City as we push closer to half-time. Jeju back to Sergej Milinkovic-Savic. Cross here to Cedric. In there to Neves. That's Promes. He's in again. Quincy Promes. Oh, what a challenge from Mangala. I was pulling the trigger with that next pace. Unbelievable block from the Frenchman. Needed to be made at exactly the right time and with exactly the right precision to ensure that he didn't give away a penalty. And it was superb from Mangala. I expected that sort of challenge from Ramos. Thought Mangala was going to be the weak link in their back four. Evidently not. They haven't got any weak links up top, have they? Gabriel Jesus makes it Manchester City 3, Southampton 1. Oh, they're not playing Aguero, he says. It doesn't matter. Sané going off. Cedric will take the throw. Kluivert work that inside there to Milinkovic-Savic. It's a good turn. Milinkovic-Savic! He can't have a shot that's not blocked. I feel sorry for him. I'm trying desperately to score his first goal for the club. And it just won't present itself. Or an opportunity just won't present itself where there's not a defender that just throws themselves in front of him and the goal. Oh, and that's going to be a goal kick as well. Of course it is. De Bruyne Bernardo. That's his name. We've renamed him Bernardo Silva. Kevin De Bruyne, Sterling. This would be a hell of a goal, but they're not going to get one. There's the final whistle. Bernardo Silva involved in the final move, but 3-1 City. Comprehensive, resounding, deserved. A win for Manchester City. If they play like that, with that strength of 11 for the rest of the season, then they will most certainly avoid relegation. I can't believe that I even have to say that sentence in the first place. Now, has that moved them out of the bottom three? It has. They're now above Norwich on goal difference. However, Palace and Norwich do have games in hand. Norwich can go above them with anything other than a defeat, and Palace can at least draw level on points with them, although I don't see them winning by 8-0 against whoever they have. But let's end with a squad report so you can see how everyone's growing outside of the transfer window. Arutha Balaga is up 1 still. Earlier on this season he grew, and he's still continuing to grow. 91 reflexes on him now, which is pretty spectacular. Alex McCarthy, no growth. Cedric, no growth. He's 28 now. Maybe we'll replace him next year. Maybe. DeAndre Yedlin is up 1 to 79. He's fantastic as a rotation right back. Henry Harris up 3 to 84 this season. Continuing to hope that he will get to become early 90s by the end of his career. Whether he'll do that in this save or not, I'm not sure. But yeah, because we're probably going to do it. Well, I'm going to do at least one more season. Maybe it'll be 2. I'm not sure. It depends whether we win the Premier League and or the Champions League this season or next season. Skriniar's up 1 to 84 though, so he's still growing well at 24. Wesley Hurt is up 2 to 82. Still growing well, Wesley. I am impressed with him. Very much so. I didn't think he'd grow this much. Jack Stevens is still 77 rated. I had to train him to get him to that particular point, so I'd probably replace him next year, thinking about it. Kieran Tierney up 2 to 82. He's still growing very well. Ryan Bircham now 30 years of age and his stats are starting to drop, so I will certainly sell him next year. Ruben Neves up 3 to 84, still growing superbly. Oriol Romeu, no decline in his stats. Quincy Promes, no decline in his despite the injury and back on the score sheet today as well, which is good news. MILINKOVIC SAVIC, a little bit of growth from him since he arrived at the club. He's only been here a couple of weeks. James Ward-Prowse, no growth from him at 25, but he's still having a very good season. 9 goals and 15 assists now. Definitely the best. He's improved year on year, James Ward-Prowse. Josh Sims is up 5 now, continuing to train his technicals, and his physicals continue to grow on their own as well. Callum Slattery's up 1 to 65, but he'll be leaving us. Borja Mayorali's up 1 to 80. He has 18 goals, 13 assists in 25 games. Dieju's up 4 to 83, although I have been quite heavily training his finishing and his shot power, so that's probably why he's had accelerated growth. 18 goals and 4 assists in 19 games for him. 9 in 12 and 12 in 17 between the two of them. Obafemi has 2 goals and 2 assists in 7 appearances. He's up 1 to 73, and to be fair, is great for a third rotation striker. Marcus Barnes will be leaving us. Justin Kluivert is up 1 to 83 and continues to grow. He's having a good season, 6 goals, 6 assists. Richarlison also up 1 to 83. He too is having a good season, 7 goals, 3 assists. Buffal with 4 and 4. Surprised he's played 32 games. Well, to be fair, a lot of them have been substitute appearances, to be fair. But he's still very good at 26 years of age. I'm very pleased with how this season's going, if I'm completely honest. We are 4th in the league table. 3 points away from top, although that could be extended to 5 points should Liverpool win their game in hand. We will have to wait and see. But still, a very tight top half of the table. And tomorrow we'll be back up to 3 games per episode and back to action in the Champions League as well with a game against Juventus. So keep your eyes peeled for that. But for now, thank you very much for watching. Drop the video a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe to the channel to make sure you don't miss out on more of this series or anything else going up on the channel. And I'll see you next time.